Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge, etc. Today I am going to share the rate of interest of government small savings scheme between 1st July 2025 and 30th September 2025. For post office savings account, the rate of interest is 4% and it compounds annually. For 1 year time deposit, the rate of interest is 6.90% and it compounds quarterly. For 2 year time deposit, the rate of interest is 7% and it compounds quarterly. For 3 year time deposit, the rate of interest is 7.10% and it compounds quarterly. For 5 year time deposit, the rate of interest is 7.50% and it compounds quarterly. For 5 year recurring deposit scheme, the rate of interest is 6.70% and it compounds quarterly. For the senior citizen savings scheme, the rate of interest is 8.20% and it compounds quarterly and is paid. For monthly income account, the rate of interest is 7.40% and it compounds monthly and is paid. For national savings certificate, the rate of interest is 7.70% and it compounds annually. For public provident fund scheme, the rate of interest is 7.10% and it compounds annually. For Kisan Vikas Patra, the rate of interest is 7.50%, which will mature in 115 months and it compounds annually. For Sukanya Samriddhi account scheme, the rate of interest is 8.20% and it compounds annually. For the RBI floating rate bonds, the rate of interest is the 8.05% and it compounds half yearly and is paid. Post Office Savings Account. The Post Office Savings Account is a government backed deposit scheme offered by India Post. Any adult individual can open an account singly or jointly, up to 3 adults, while minors above 10 years can open and operate their own account, and guardians can open accounts on behalf of minors or persons of unsound mind. The minimum amount required to open and maintain the account is Rs 500. Falling below this incurs a Rs 50 maintenance charge. There is no maximum balance limit. The account currently offers an interest rate of 4% per annum calculated on the minimum balance between the 10th and last day of each month and credited annually. Deposits and withdrawals are flexible with no fixed tenure, and check facilities and ATM cards are available on request. Nomination is mandatory and can be updated anytime, and accounts can be converted between single and joint forms. Inactive accounts for 3 consecutive financial years are treated as silent but can be revived. This savings account provides a secure, accessible way to park funds with the convenience of a passbook records, electronic transfers via core banking, and optional debit cards linked to the account. 1 year time deposit account. The Post Office 1 year time deposit account is a fixed deposit scheme offered by India Post where any adult can open a single or joint account and minors above 10 years can open in their own name while guardians can open for minors or persons of unsound mind. The minimum deposit required is Rs 1000 with no upper limit and further deposits must be in multiples of Rs 100. The current interest rate is 6.9% per annum as of July to September 2025, calculated quarterly but paid annually. The deposit matures after 1 year, and if not withdrawn, it is automatically renewed for another year at the prevailing interest rate on the maturity date. Premature closure is permitted after 6 months. However, if closed between 6 and 12 months, the interest payable is only the post office savings account rate, which is currently 4%. No closure is allowed before 6 months. The interest earned is fully taxable and must be declared in your income tax return with no TDS deduction, and the 1 year time deposit does not qualify for Section 80C tax benefits. Multiple accounts can be opened, nomination is available at any time, and accounts can be pledged as security or converted between single and joint holders. This scheme offers safe, government guaranteed returns and a convenient option for short term savings. 2 year time deposit account. The Post Office 2 year time deposit account is a fixed deposit scheme offered by India Post where any adult can open an account singly or jointly, while minors above 10 years can open in their own name, and guardians can open on behalf of minors or persons of unsound mind. The minimum deposit is rupees 1000 with no upper limit, and further deposits must be in multiples of rupees 100. The current interest rate is 7% per annum as of July to September 2025, calculated quarterly but paid annually. The deposit matures after 2 years, and if not withdrawn is automatically renewed for 2 years at the prevailing rate on the maturity date. Premature closing is allowed after 6 months. If closed between 6 months and 2 years, interest is paid at the post office savings account rate, which is currently 4%, and closure is not permitted within the first 6 months. Interest earned is fully taxable as per your income tax slab with no TDS deduction, and this deposit does not qualify for Section 80C tax benefits. Multiple accounts can be opened, nomination facilities are available anytime, and accounts can be pledged as security or converted between single and joint holdings. This scheme provides a safe government backed option to earn fixed returns over a 2 year tenure. 3 year time deposit account. The Post Office 3 year time deposit account is a fixed deposit scheme offered by India Post where any adult can open a single or joint account, and minors above 10 years can open in their own name, while guardians can open on behalf of minors or persons of unsound mind. The minimum deposit required is rupees 1000 with no upper limit, and subsequent deposits must be in multiples of rupees 100. The current interest rate is 7.1% per annum as of July to September 2025, which is calculated quarterly but paid annually. The deposit matures after 3 years, and, if not withdrawn, is automatically renewed for another 3 years at the prevailing interest rate on the maturity date. Premature closure is permitted after 6 months. If closed between 6 months and 3 years, the interest payable is only the post office savings account rate, which is currently 4%, and no closure is allowed before 6 months. The interest earned is fully taxable according to the depositor's income tax slab with no TDS deducted, and this account does not qualify for Section 80C tax benefits. Multiple accounts can be opened, nomination facilities are available at any time, and accounts can be pledged as security or converted between single and joint ownership. This scheme provides a safe, government backed option to earn fixed returns over a 3 year period. 5 year time deposit account. The Post Office 5 year time deposit account is a fixed deposit scheme offered by India Post where any adult can open an account singly or jointly, while minors above 10 years can open in their own name, and guardians can open on behalf of minors or persons of unsound mind. The minimum deposit required is rupees 1000 with no maximum limit, and further deposits must be in multiples of rupees 100. The current interest rate is 7.5% per annum as of July to September 2025, which is calculated quarterly but paid annually. The deposit matures after 5 years and, if not withdrawn, is automatically renewed for another 5 years at the prevailing interest rate on the maturity date. Premature closure is allowed after 6 months. If closed between 6 months and 5 years, the interest payable is only the post office savings account rate, which is currently 4%, and closure is not permitted before 6 months. One of the main advantages is that deposits qualify for tax deduction under Section 80C of the Income Tax Act up to rupees 1.5 lakh per year, though the interest rate earned is fully taxable as per the investor's income slab with no TDS deducted. Multiple accounts can be opened, nomination facilities are available anytime, and accounts can be pledged as security or converted between single and joint holding. This scheme provides a safe government-backed investment option that combines fixed returns and tax-saving benefits over a 5-year tenure. 5-year recurring deposit scheme. The Post Office 5-year recurring deposit account is a small savings scheme where any adult can open an account singly or jointly, while minors above 10 years can open in their own name and guardians can open for minors or persons of unsound mind. The minimum monthly deposit is rupees 100 with no maximum limit, and deposits must be made in multiples of rupees 10. The scheme offers an interest of 6.7% per annum as of July to September 2025, compounded quarterly. The account runs for a fixed tenure of 5 years with 60 monthly deposits, after which the maturity amount with interest is payable and it can be extended for another 5 years. Depositors can pay up to 5 years installments in advance and earn a rebate. In case of defaults, a small penalty applies and the account can be revived within 2 months by clearing the arrears with penalty. Premature closure is allowed after 3 years, in which case interest is paid at the post office savings account rate, which is currently 4%. The interest earned is fully taxable without any TDS deduction or Section 80C benefit, so it must be declared in your income tax return. Multiple RD accounts can be opened. Nomination facilities are available anytime, and a passbook is issued for record keeping. This scheme is a safe government backed option ideal for disciplined regular savings with assured returns. Senior Citizen Savings Scheme. The Senior Citizen Savings Scheme is a government backed savings scheme available to individuals aged 60 years or above and to those aged 55 to 60 years who have retired under superannuation or voluntary retirement within 1 month of receiving retirement benefits, as well as eligible defense retirees from age 50 onward. The minimum deposit is rupees 1000 and the maximum is rupees 30 lakh across all SCSS accounts, with the amount required to be deposited in a single lump sum. The scheme currently offers an attractive interest rate of 8.2% per annum as of July to September 2025, payable quarterly on the first working day of April, July, October, and January. The tenure is 5 years, extendable once for 3 more years on maturity. Premature closure is allowed any time. If closed before 1 year, no interest is payable and any interest already paid is recovered, while closures between 1 to 2 years attract a 1.5% penalty and closures after 2 years incur a 1% penalty. Accounts can be held singly or jointly with the spouse, with the first depositor as the primary holder. Deposits qualify for Section 80C tax deduction up to rupees 1.5 lakh per year, while the interest earned is fully taxable and subject to TDS. A nomination facility is available at opening or any time later. This scheme provides safe, high return quarterly income ideal for retirees seeking reliable earnings along with tax saving benefits. Monthly income account. The Post Office Monthly Income Account is a government backed savings plan where any adult can open a single or joint account, while minors above 10 years can open in their own name and guardians can open on behalf of minors or persons of unsound mind. The minimum deposit is required is rupees 1000 and the maximum deposit limit is rupees 9 lakh in a single account and rupees 15 lakh in a joint account. The deposit must be made as a lump sum. The scheme offers an interest rate of 7.4% per annum as of July to September 2025, which is payable monthly and credited to the account or withdrawn via auto credit or ECS. The tenure is 5 years, after which the principal is repaid. If unclaimed, it continues to earn the post office savings account interest rate. Premature closure is allowed after 1 year with a 2% penalty on the principal if closed between 1 and 3 years and a 1% penalty if closed after 3 years. The interest earned is fully taxable as per your income slab and no TDS is deducted, but you must declare the income in your tax return. Deposits under MIS do not qualify for Section 80C deductions. Multiple accounts can be opened within the overall deposit limit. A passbook is issued for record keeping and nomination facilities are available at any time. This scheme provides safe, fixed, and guaranteed monthly income, making it a popular choice for retirees or investors seeking regular cash flow. National Savings Certificate. The National Savings Certificate is a government backed fixed income investment scheme offered by India Post where any adult can invest singly or jointly and minors above 10 years can invest in their own name while guardians can invest on behalf of minors or persons of unsound mind. The minimum investment amount is rupees 1000 with no maximum limit and further investments must be made in multiples of rupees 100. The scheme offers an interest rate of 7.7% per annum as of July to September 2025, compounded annually but payable only on maturity after a fixed tenure of 5 years. Certificates can be held in physical or electronic form and are transferable under specific circumstances such as the death of the holder. Premature encashment is generally not permitted except in cases like the death of the holder, forfeiture by a pledgee, or under a court order. Deposits in NSC qualify for tax deductions under 80C up to rupees 1.5 lakh per year while the interest earned is taxable. The accrued interest every year is treated as reinvested and also qualifies for Section 80C benefits. No TDS is deducted on maturity proceeds. A nomination facility is available at the time of purchase or later. NSC is a safe guaranteed return option ideal for conservative investors seeking steady growth and tax savings without exposure to market risks. Public Provident Fund Scheme. The Public Provident Fund is a long term government backed savings scheme available to any resident Indian individual who can open only one account in their name, while guardians can open an account on behalf of a minor. The minimum deposit required each year is rupees 500 and the maximum is rupees 1.5 lakh, which can be contributed in a lump sum or as many installments per financial year. The current interest rate is 7.1% per annum as of July to September 2025, compounded annually and credited on 31st March each year. The scheme has a fixed maturity period of 15 years with the option to extend it in 5-year blocks indefinitely. Partial withdrawals are permitted from the 7th financial year and loans can be availed against the balance between 3rd and 6th financial years. Premature closure is allowed only after 5 years in specific cases such as serious illness, higher education of the account holder or dependents, or change in residency status. Deposits qualify for tax deductions under Section 80C up to Rs 1.5 lakh per year, while the interest earned and maturity proceeds are completely tax free, making PPF and Triple E exempt investment. A nomination facility is available anytime with the maximum number of nominees being 4, and the scheme offers safe, tax efficient, long term wealth accumulation with the added flexibility of loans and withdrawals. Kisan Vikas Patra. The Kisan Vikas Patra is a government backed savings scheme offered by India Post where any adult can invest singly or jointly and guardians can invest on behalf of minors. Trusts are also eligible investors, but HUS and NRIs cannot invest. The minimum investment amount is Rs 1000 with no maximum limit, and further investments must be in multiples of Rs 100. The scheme offers an interest rate of 7.5% per annum as of July to September 2025, compounded annually with the investment amount doubling in 115 months, 9 years, and 7 months. Premature encashment is generally not allowed before 2.5 years but is permitted earlier in cases such as the death of the holder, forfeiture by a pledgee, or under a court order. Certificates can be purchased at post offices or authorized banks in paper or electronic form and can be transferred once from one person to another. Investments under KVP do not qualify for any tax deductions, and the interest earned is fully taxable as per the investor's income tax slab, though no TDS is deducted at maturity. A nomination facility is available at the time of purchase or any time afterward. This scheme provides safe, guaranteed returns and a simple way to double savings over the long term without exposure to market risk. Sukanya Samriddhi Account Scheme. The Sukanya Samriddhi Account Scheme is a government backed saving scheme aimed at securing the future of a girl child where a natural or legal guardian can open an account in the name of a girl below 10 years of age with only one account allowed per girl and a maximum of two accounts per family. A third is permitted in case of twins or triplets. The minimum annual deposit is Rs 250 and the maximum is Rs 1.5 lakh, which can be contributed in multiple installments or lump sum each year. The scheme currently offers an attractive interest rate of 8.2% per annum as of July to September 2025, compounded annually and credited at the end of each financial year. The account matures 21 years from the date of opening and with deposits required for the first 15 years and interest accruing thereafter until maturity. Partial withdrawals up to 50% of the balance are allowed when the girl reaches 18 years of age for higher education or marriage, and the account can be closed early under special circumstances such as the account holder's death, life threatening illness, or marriage after turning 18. Deposits qualify for tax deduction under Section 80C up to Rs 1.5 lakh per year, and both the interest earned and maturity proceeds are completely tax free, making it an Triple E exempt investment. This scheme provides high guaranteed returns and encourages disciplined long term savings for the girl child's education and marriage. RBI floating rate bonds. The RBI floating rate bonds are government backed instruments available to any resident individual, singly or jointly, and Hindu undivided families HUFs, while NRIs are not eligible to invest. Their minimum investment is Rs 1000 with no maximum limit, and the bonds have a fixed tenure of 7 years. The interest rate is currently 8.05% per annum as of July to December 2025, which is currently 0.35% higher than the prevailing National Savings Certificate NSC rate, and it resets every 6 months with the next reset due on 1st January 2026. Interest is paid half yearly to the investor's bank account and is not compounded. Premature redemption is generally not permitted before 7 years. However, senior citizens can redeem earlier, after 6 years if aged 60 to 70, after 5 years if aged 70 to 80, and after 4 years if aged 80 and above, subject to a penalty of 50% of the last interest payment. The interest earned is fully taxable as per the investor's income slab and TDS is applicable. Investments can be made through nationalized and select private banks, and bonds are issued only in demat form via a bond ledger account. This scheme offers safe, regular, floating rate returns and protection against rising interest rates along with the assurance of sovereign backing. Thank you very much for your patience. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel.